evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the McIntosh County Board of Education's regular business meeting for June 13th, 2022. If you would please stand for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly Father, we do thank you for this day, for the gift of your Son, Jesus Christ. We thank you for the most productive year that we've had. We thank you for our students, their successes, and all of their endeavors. And we wish our utmost best for our seniors. These things we ask in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item number 2, we have a couple recognitions we would like to do. Turn over Dr. Poulos.
All right, good evening, everyone. Typically at this time we recognize several different groups. I believe that we had recognition for GICA. Is Daniel here yet?
I've not seen the names.
Okay, we'll push that aside and we'll do our FFA recognitions. If I could ask Mr. DeVerger to come on up here. We have a fantastic FFA program run by Mr. DeVerger, and state competition took place, several recognitions and awards, and so I know that we have our students here tonight, and we're going to go ahead and present the certificates to them, and I'm going to ask Mr. DeVerger, if you will, you'll tell us the accomplishments of each of them, and then we'll get everybody up here.
All right, first of all, our first state award recipient first was first place in the South region when he competed against the FFA students from here to Alabama in the South area. He then went to the state level and competed in forest management was his category. And he got second place in state. And as he pursues a degree in agriculture, he'll have one more year to compete. So hopefully he'll have one more shot to compete at that state contest next year. He got second place this year. Was Chad Davis.
Come on up here, and Sandy, do we want to move this? Okay, hold on a second. Chad, you swing yourself around like this right between us. Okay, and then right there, and then we're going to move that.
Come on, Rusty.
Let's slide right back in there.
Our next award recipients are students that have put in thousands of hours and earned thousands of dollars in a supervised agricultural experience project away from school. So these students have to choose an agricultural career path or an agricultural experience to participate in, and some do it temporarily for a school year, and some invest themselves into multiple years of dedication, whether it be through a job or a learning apprenticeship under a career path perhaps. But it takes a long time to earn these. There's less than 500 students in the state of Georgia that earn state degrees. And so for a small program like ours to send 5 recipients to the state level is very much a big deal. First will be Ryan Alexander.
Let's take a quick picture of him here, Mr. Drew.
Second student, very great young man. All these are 4 of these, by the way, are seniors that we're going to miss dearly. And one young lady that can't be here tonight. We're going to have her for a little bit longer. But these guys that you're seeing tonight, we're going to miss them incredibly. Next was Tristan Rayhan. Gage Prescott. Chad Davis as well. And then our state lawnmower operator, she's not here tonight, but she operated in the South region. And only the top 2 finalists from each area go and compete at the state level. So she went to the state level. She had 11 other competitors. And as a freshman, very proud of her. City Rush placed 3rd place in the state this year. So we'll give this to her.
Is she coming in tonight?
They're stuck in traffic, both her and Daniel. I'm so embarrassed that they
You don't need to. If they're coming, you know what? We'll pull them together. We'll do it again.
She's on the way.
We'll also mention, as well, a state degree recipient that's, actually at work tonight, great young lady. We also have, as I said, Caitlin Lamb.
Very
So we definitely want to congratulate her.
Let's slide in over here, guys. Slide in. And then boys, can you all join us here? Anything anyone would like to say? How proud of Mr. George. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank y'all.
We're going to continue on with the board meeting. If they happen to come in, we'll recognize them, okay?
Perfect, thank you, sir.
Excuse them. Okay.
You're waiting for the company to kick in.
Yeah, that's Dan.
All right, for those of you that have your awards, you're welcome to stay, but if you would like to scoot out, you can scoot out this time. And congratulations to all of you.
Yes, great job, guys.
Okay, item number 3. we have
Thank you, Mr. Verger.
Thank you.
Citizens address the board. We do have one person that signed in, Ms. Thompson. Okay, you're welcome to come up to the podium. We'll set the clock for 3 minutes. We ask that you do not say names of students or any staff members. Yeah, well.
Good evening, all chairpersons.
Good evening.
Sullivan Thompson. I'm currently a substitute for McIntosh County School District. My concerns today, it's quite a few, but mainly with my grandson. He broke his arm on April 18th. The school did not call my daughter. They said they did. They called me instead. Just so happened I was dressed. I called my daughter, the school called, we got him here as soon as possible. When we got to the school, there were about 6 people standing in the room. My grandson was in excruciating pain. The nurse was leaning on the wall, but she's not the nurse. The nurse had already quit. They claimed they supported his arm as best as possible, but from what I'm told, and this is quote hearsay, they called Miss Tina Griffin from
Please do not say
I'm sorry.
names.
Well, they called the lady from admin, and she came over to assist. And I'm trying to figure out why. She's not medically trained, and neither is the nurse. My grandson's arm was completely broken. It was his fault because he jumped out of the swing. But the same way that we have EMS to address issues when a custodian passed out, but you didn't call EMS for my grandson because he wasn't provided adequate medical care, the second bone of his arm broke as well. Okay, we took him to the emergency room. After we got there, the doctor did his best to set it, but it wasn't a bone specialist. And when he came to school the next day, the nurse, so-called nurse, she removed his bandages and said his bandages was not properly inserted. Who gave her the right? And the person that went over to assist, if I'm not qualified to assist with some of her grandchildren injuries, she's not qualified to take care of mine. Call EMS. We'll foot the bill later. I don't like that. You don't have the right to address my child just because you work for the school district. And that's the way I feel. There are so many other things I need to talk about. For example, our pay. Everyone else has gotten a raise. We can't get anything. But you request our presence there every day. No. That's not acceptable. Some say half day. Half day, same amount of gas that I spend for a full day, I spend for a half day. I will not accept it. So that's why I choose to work just as a sub, not long term. But I'm really concerned about not providing adequate care for children that need care.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question? The person that moved the bandages off of your grandson, was it the lady from the day before? The young lady?
You said I can't call names.
No, ma'am, don't call name. Was it the same lady? Okay.
The one that you have occupying the nurse
Okay.
office
Okay.
and
All right.
identifying herself as a nurse.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
All right, looks like we might have another recognition.
How is this addressed?
We do not address anything that is discussed in open meeting. You could receive a phone call or an email back, but whenever someone comes in to speak, we don't address it up here in open forum.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Are we going to still wait for Daniel, or just Daniel's here? Perfect, perfect. Everybody else come on back in. Mr. DeVerger, if you'll bring them all back in, let's go ahead and recognize Sydney, and then we'll jump on Daniel, okay?
I got something else to tell you.
Go ahead and tell them what you did.
City qualified for the state competition in lawnmower operations. Students have to take a test on lawnmower maintenance, troubleshooting. They go through a problem-solving situational scenario, and then of course they operate on a course, which is obviously the fun part. But when she qualified to go to state, being the only lady competitor besides one other girl, of course, and then I think being a freshman, she was very surprising to the field when she took third place in state. So very proud of her and look forward to continuing success for sure.
Can we get the rest of you guys come on up here and join? And Gordon, would you mind joining us again? You'll display your certificates. Good job.
Make sure I can see all the board here. All right, 1, 2, 3. Congratulations.
Good job. All right, so we have one other recognition, and this evening I've asked Dr. Joseph Deppenhart to come join us. Dr. Deppenhart, your new title is what at GICA?
Principal, and then I'm also the CTAE director.
Very good. If you will come on up, and so Daniel, would you come on up as well? Just a brief synopsis. 2 years ago, we started sending students over to GICA. And they're able to go take advantage of all the different opportunities that GICA provides, which are how many different pathways?
About 22.
22 pathways, and I think we offer 4. So students are able to take advantage of things that they wouldn't ordinarily have been able to take advantage of. And Daniel took advantage of our automotive pathway that we don't offer here, but you're able to excel at it. So I'm going to let Dr. Deppenhart pick up from there so he can tell you the significance of why we're recognizing.
Absolutely. So, as Dr. Pulo said, about 2 years ago, we started bringing McIntosh County students down to the Career Academy here in Glenn County. And we've done this for the last 3 semesters, and we've had several dozen McIntosh County students. Well, Daniel has the distinction of being the only student that has come all 3 of those semesters. And he's not only completed one pathway, automotive service technology, but he's also completed a second pathway, advanced automotive service technology. Now, at the Career Academy, whenever you take those automotive service pathways, you have to take an ASE exam at the end. Now, there's 9 different ASE exams. It does not matter which one you pass. You only have to pass one. Well, in the history of GICA, 13 years, only 3 times has a student come in and passed all 9 of the ASE exams. And I'm pleased to say that Daniel here is our 3rd student in the history of GICA to have passed all 9 of the exams.
That's awesome. We're going to have 2 certificates for you here. I don't want to list all those, there's a whole bunch of them, but we're proud of you, Daniel. And Gord, can we join again? Danny, is there anything you'd like to say?
I got the opportunity.
Still got one more year, we can do collision repair next.
Awesome.
I'm glad we were able to recognize.
Good job. Good job.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Perry. Dr. Deppner, thank you for taking the time to come recognize us.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you
Very
being
much
here.
appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay. Item number 4 is approval of our regular business meeting agenda. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Straggles, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hewitt. All those in favor?
Favor.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. All right, item number 5 is approval to move our items to consent agenda. Can I have a motion to move items 6 through 15 to a consent agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. McIver, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Straggles. All those in favor?
Motion.
Okay, motion carries 5-0. All right, this time we'll vote to approve items 6 through 15. Can I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. McIver, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hewitt. All those in favor?
Favor.
Motion carries 5-0. Okay. Item 16 is executive session, personnel.
Personnel only.
Okay.
And security possibly.
Okay, can I have a motion to go to executive session for personnel and security?
Motion.
Okay. Motion by Mr. Hewitt, second. Ms. McDonald. All those in favor?
Favor.
Motion carries 5-0. All right, we will return. Okay, McIntosh County Board of Education had adjourned to executive session to discuss personnel and security issues. Can I have a motion to return to open session?
Motion.
Okay, motion by Ms. McDonald, second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hewitt. All those in favor?
Favor.
Motion carries 5-0. Okay, personnel. Superintendent recommends personnel report as submitted. Can I have a motion?
Motion. He's got it.
Okay, motion by Mr. McIver, second.
Second.
Mr. Hewitt. All those in favor?
Favor.
Motion carries 5-0. All right, board comments?
Just congratulations to all of our winners, our FFA winners, and Daniel over at GICA. Yep. Congratulations. That's all I have.
Hope everybody has a safe summer.
Yep, enjoy it. Mr. McIver?
Have a safe summer. Everyone, take care. Congratulations to Daniel with GICA, the rank number 3. In McIntosh County, we have something to be proud of. And to our FFA siblings, congratulations.
I'd just make one announcement, Madam Chair, that we anticipate that by Friday, for those individuals who are staying on with us, that we'll have the retention money sent out to them, so this Friday.
Perfect. That'd be good. All right.
Oh, and one more thing. Keep Mitzi's family in your prayer with the passing of her mother. So, yep, it's Taffy.
Okay. All right. We're adjourned.
Thank you all.
All right.
You have a good one.